Hey everyone, Miss Sanders here. I wanted to just make another Excel video to show you how you can do basic functions in Excel because it's actually a lot easier than some people might think, and I saw people struggling with our exponential growth activity yesterday. So let's say for the purpose, relating back to the exponential growth, we want to put an Excel graph in for 30 days of exponential growth, or what we call exponential growth. So in order to start our table, we know we're going to need for our x-axis days 1 through 30. So if you want to, you could go through and type every single number through 30, or you can choose to put in a formula. Now to put in a formula, we're just going to go over the basic formulas. It's pretty easy. So go ahead and enter day 1. So you'll type in day 1. And then if we want to increase by 1 day per cell, what you can do is insert a formula by pressing equals, click the number you want to include in your formula, so 1, and then by each cell we want to go up by 1 because each cell represents a different day. So you could do C3 because that's the location, see it's C3 for that one plus 1. Press enter and you see it inputs 2. Then if you want to go all the way to 30 days, instead of typing out each individual day, with this formula, you can just click on cell 2 because that's where the formula is listed. Click that little green box in the bottom right corner and drag all the way down to what would be 30. Oops, I went a little too far. So you can see that formula copied, and now instead of having to type 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, so on, you can just do the formula and then it automatically updates your data points. Now let's do to see how the money would change. So we started with 1 penny. The penny is able to double every day. Okay, so you're gonna be multiplying by 2 each time. Instead of having to go through and write each individual thing down, Excel is nice because you can input a function. So remember, to input a function, you'll press equal. This case, we are going to do multiplication. So you can click on the data point you want to multiply, and then we are doing times 2. So you're going to do asterisk 8, because that's multiplication, times 2. Okay? So then that gives us 2 cents, because 1 times 2 is 2. But then again, to copy it, you'll click this little green box in the bottom right corner of the cell, and you can drag it all the way down to the last day. And you'll see the calculation should add up to if you did it by hand. So this whole activity was to compare this way of making money to if you were just handed $1 million. Which one's the better option? So if you also want to put both on the graph and you want to have them side by side, the first option would be if you received $1 million. So you put $1 million. But you're not earning any more money after that. So this value is going to stay constant. So a way you can do this on the graph without copying it 30 times is just write 1,000. If you click the little square in the bottom right corner, you can drag it and it'll fill it all in with 1,000,000. Sorry, I don't know if I was saying 1,000. So that's also a way you can copy the same data point all the way down to wherever it is. So you don't have to type every individual one out. You can do this pretty much with any function, like any basic mathematical function, and later we might be able to learn the more complex ways to do it. This is just really simple and it will save you a lot of time for graphing if it is a set function. So you could also do a subtraction. So you could do, let's say we want to see how much would be taken out. So you could do equals, and then you can also do subtract, so press minus, and then however much, just as an example. And it'll calculate. So it basically is a giant calculator. So again, then you can use this data to create a graph like displayed in the last video. But I just wanted to show how to do basic mathematical functions. So we did plus, minus, multiplication, and then we also just learned how to copy all the way down. So I really hope this makes it seem like Excel is a more usable option.